Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day and I hope you had a fantastic New Year's. Well, I'm often asked and I often think about what would it take for me to say, yep, you know what? I better cancel my cruise and wait. And this might be it, but it's hard to tell. So right now, one of the things that's happening out there, of course, is cruise ships are being denied entry into some ports. Is that a deal breaker for me? No, I often don't go ashore anyway. I often like to spend the time on the ship, exploring the ship during the day, sleeping in, sitting on my balcony, just enjoying the day and not rushing around and feeling like I have to do a bunch of things. So does that mean that I'm going to cancel my cruise if I think I might miss a port? No, that's not the deal breaker. But what's been happening lately on some of these cruise ships is that the entertainment staff is either a close contact or comes down with the virus and has to isolate. Well, if you have a dancer, for instance, that tests positive, chances are the rest of the dance crew are close contacts, which means you may lose your entire entertainment team, your entire staff. Now, on Royal Caribbean, for instance, you might lose the, let's say, you might lose the ice show team, but you still might be able to see the theater. They also have the Aqua Show. So on some ships, you may be able to see that. So there's different venues that you may see different shows, but you might miss some of those shows if that team has to isolate. So at least there's still some entertainment out there. However, some of the cruise lines out there basically have Broadway shows and then they have guest entertainers. If you lose somebody in your Broadway shows, that's 2 or 3 shows during an average cruise that you're losing the dancers and maybe even the band members, because it's all live band music on a lot of these shows. So if you lose your band, many of the guest entertainers also have the band accompany them on board as their background band. So you may actually lose quite a bit of the entertainment if that happens on the ship. Also, they're trying their best to, put something else in place. So just the other day on one of Norwegian's ships, was it Norwegian or was it Royal Caribbean? I can't remember, but they were having I think it was Royal Caribbean, sorry, that they were having Grease. Grease was the main performance on the show, and I loved Grease when I saw it on, Royal Caribbean. It was a great show. Lots of fun. Everybody loves Grease. Sorry, we're not doing Grease tonight because of the isolation period for some of our staff and everything, but don't worry. Tonight in the main theater, we're having The Comedian. That's right, a comedy show that, they have a comedy club all the time. So to go from a Grease stage show to a comedian is a pretty big letdown. I'm going to admit, as much as I love comedians and I love going to comedy shows, I don't want that as my main entertainment on a cruise ship. I want the shows. I want the entertainment, the music, the dancers. I want all of that on a cruise ship. So if that's happening now and you're not getting the entertainment value, so say now you go on a cruise and the worst happens, you can't go into port and there's no entertainment on board that you were expecting to see. Is that now something that might change your mind about going on a cruise? And then there's another thing that happened, but before I get into that, let me just, can you hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't done so already, so you can keep up to date with all things cruising, all the changing protocols, what's happening on the ships. Keep in touch with everything you need to know about cruising before you try and step foot on another cruise ship. Really does help the channel out, doesn't cost anything, and I would really, really appreciate it. So one of the other things that's happening now, Bahamas, MSC's private island. They were told they're not allowed to go off on their private island, the one where they run everything on the island. They still weren't allowed because it was under Bahama law, Bahama health. And so they said, nope, sorry, you got too many, we think, infections on board. You're not allowed to disembark on the private island, which is basically empty, other than the cruise passengers and the crew that go by. So that's another thing. So that's three big things. You know, you might miss the private island now. You might miss the entertainment on board. You might even not step off the boat at any cruise port, depending on where you're going. So is that enough to deter me from going cruising? I tell you, it's very close. It's very, very close. If I had a cruise coming up in the next week or 2 weeks, I might say, you know what? I'm going to postpone it and I'm going to go in February sometime. Just because it's becoming kind of like, well, what am I going to do on the boat? I'm just going to sit in my balcony because there's not going to be maybe no entertainment. There may be no shore excursions. If the actual entertainment, like the cruise director staff and all that, if one of them gets infected and one of them then they have close contacts, even the cruise director staff can't be running trivia, can't be running game shows, can't be running all of that. It can be a real disaster on a cruise ship as far as your entertainment is concerned. And right now, I don't know what the cruise lines are doing to compensate you if you miss cruise ports and you miss the entertainment on board. That's kind of a big hit for me, because one of the big reasons I love cruising is I get to see such a variety of entertainment on the ships. I'll sometimes go on a ship specifically to see the entertainment on board. If hey, I want to see Mamma Mia, I'm going on the Allure of the Sea because I know that entertainment is good and I know what the Broadway show is. I like playing the game shows every day. I love playing yes-no game shows and things like that. Well, then I'm going to go on a princess show that has the yes-no game show, that has they have like the marriage game shows, all those kind of game shows and trivia every day. I like that kind of stuff, so I'm going to go on the princess cruise to do that. Well, if there's a chance right now, and I'm just talking right now with what's happening right now, there's a very good chance that, maybe I should postpone in the next couple weeks. Wait till February, wait till March as the Omicron works its way through the population and things start going back down again, because I'm pretty sure it will at some point, right? Knock on wood. Let's hope it does. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.